Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial. So in this tutorial we'll be learning how to design a simple social media flyer. Alright, so I will just have to open my Pixellab app and allow it to open. I'll check what I have here. Okay, and then you go ahead to start with a white background. So you scroll through till the end of it. So you select the last one, which is one with the white background. All right, now you've selected this. The next thing for you to do is, if you don't want to use this exact size, you go to these three dots here and go to image size, and you can increase the size. Let me make it 1400 by 1400. Okay, so I have something bigger. All right, now you can choose any size that you want, and please note that this thing is in pixels. All right, the size is in pixels. Now let's say you want to design something that maybe you know the size to be in inches or centimeter. What you have to do is you have to convert to pixels for you to be able to get the actual size in Pixellab. All right, so let's just go ahead. Now the next thing I'll have to do is, let me add my text. So I'll add my font layout. So I'll just go to this plus icon here and go to text, add text. Now what do I even want to write? So you use this delete button to delete that one. So I'll first of all create my small name logo, right? So I have this Estachuku, and yeah, I'll just reduce the size and place it somewhere here. It is actually going to serve as my logo, even though it's not an official one. So you go to this padding. The essence of using this padding is, assuming you have a font that it's kind of stretchy, adding the padding, it gives the text breathing space so that everything about the text will be obvious. It will come out very well, so like no parts will be cutting. Right, so I'll just increase it to be sure that, so I'm using 3 by 3. Now I'm done with that, so I'll go ahead to make the color black. I'll select black. Then I can also decide to choose a font. I don't know if you have font in your own Pixellab, but they have already inbuilt fonts. So like this first one is the inbuilt font, so you can select any of the fonts. Me, I like to use Montserrat. That's like my favorite font family. I don't know why though. Alright, so I'll just select the semi bold, and that is that for my name logo. I'll still reduce it because I'm trying to use it as a logo. Now I would also go ahead to just copy this name. So you tap on it. When it's selected, you see the copy icon here. So you go to edit, and then I edit. Now the message I want to pass across is that I create. So it is actually going to be a very simple design. All right, so I'll type I create. Now I'm going to make it to be obvious. So you look at hierarchy here. We are looking at hierarchy. Okay, so making it very obvious, I create, right? Now I would have to close up the spaces in between the letters. So I'll scroll, and then I'll come to spacing here. I'll reduce the one for letters, right? Now if you want to reduce that of words, you select word. Okay, but I like it the way it is, so I'm okay. Now I'll go ahead to select this Estachuku again, and then I'll edit it. I'm going to write attractive. So I'm writing attractive. Now this attractive, it's not going to be so visible, it's not going to be so big, because I want to work on my hierarchy now. Right, now I want to yeah, when it comes to hierarchy in designs, you want people to see what you want them to see. So you are like pointing to a certain text in your work, or a certain image in your work, right? Those are the ones you make to be very visible. Now I'll go ahead to select this I create again, then I'll do, so I want this to be in capital. I create attractive designs. Yes, that's the message I want to pass across. So you see, I have this. Now when you look at it, you see that the attractive is not that visible, but then I create and the designs are the visible. So that is it. Now I'll just quickly go ahead to let me find this call icon. I don't even know if I have it here. Or okay, instead of that, we just use copy, and then I'll do contact me. Then I'll go ahead to bring it down. Don't worry, I'll turn on the grid lines so that we can arrange the work properly. So I'll bring it down, and then I'll copy it again, and I'll type my phone numbers. Okay, now I like to use this because I don't know who is going to see my work, right? 238 8 4 4 6 7 2, right? Now I'll type the next one, 234 906 868 68, okay, 651988. Okay, so now the essence of writing this in this form is you don't know who is actually going to see your work. You don't know who is going to see your flyer, so you have to put it in a standard way. This is the standard way of writing your contact number. Now I'm going to just change the font of this one to a little bit, let me use bigger one, let me use black. I want my phone number to be visible. Now I would go ahead to close up the spacing. Okay, not this one, sorry, the line spacing. I'll just reduce it a bit. Okay, so I have this now, right? Now the next thing is I would bring in my image, the image I want to use for this work. So I'll go to my gallery. I already have it here. I removed the background already. So I'll just bring in my image. And please, this is actually an image I generated with AI, so you can also get yours. You can generate your own image. Okay, so let me just increase it again. Sorry. Okay, so I have something like this now. Now I've been able to set my layouts, but then I should bring down this text. So you go to this thing that looks like layers, right? Now I want to select more than one text, so I'll just go to this tiny icon that has code here. So I'll just select 1 2 3. Then you go to this one that has like pencil icon. Then you go to this arrow here, and you reduce this and bring it down. Okay, so I think this design is ready. But now you see it's looking so pale, no colors. Now it's time to add our colors, right? Okay, so I have green and white and black. All right, so let's make this design font, let's also make it bigger too. Let's use this other font that I used for this one. I think, okay, let me use extra bold. Okay, good. All right, so anybody that sees this would know that. Then okay, let me reduce the size of this one too. So let's keep it to 65. Yeah, and then I would turn on my grid lines. So this is where you turn on your grid lines. I want this to come here, so I tap on this one that has the grid line. So I push it to where I want my work to start from, right? So now when I'm done, I'll just quietly adjust my work, or adjust everything and keep adjusting. Oh, sorry, I'm coming. Let me put my phone on flight mode to avoid further distractions. Okay. So I'll keep adjusting it. The essence of this is to get a proper alignment, because at the end of the day, how neat your work is really one of the main things that will determine if you did a good job or not. All right, so you make sure that everything is properly aligned. Now I just want to add colors to this, so I think I would have to go with, okay, so you select the text, you see color here, you see color, let me see. Okay, let me just come to this plus icon, and now I want to select color on the body. Or okay, I want to use, let me select gradient. Okay, let me form a gradient. Okay, oh, I already have something, but assuming that I do not have a gradient already, you just come to this plus icon and then select, find the one that you feel would suit what you are doing. Okay, so when you are done, let me still come here and show you. Okay, so I selected this green. Now I'll come to this other part, then I'll come to that pencil part again, and I'll select this other part of the green. I think I like the darker shade. So when I have this, now this is actually like to show the direction of your work. So anyhow you want the color to be, this is where you set it and arrange it. If you want it to be cylindrical, vertical, horizontal, whatever or however you want it to look like. So it's just going to give you that. Alright, so let me just, I want it like this. So I'll go ahead to change that, and I want to add a background to this contact me. So I'll come to this place and tap on background to enable. I'll just go ahead to select, I think I'll still use that green again. Okay, let me go to that gradient again and select the green. So now I'll just go ahead to change the color of the font to white, because we are working with white. Then okay, for that background I want to swap the gradient to the other side, so I'll just do this, right? So I'll just change the position of each of them, so I have a different thing. Alright, but then it's still the same color. It's still the same color. Okay, so I have this now. Alright, then the next thing I would want to do is I want to add a shape to this my name logo. So I'll just quickly add a shape here. Let me get a shape. Anything you are adding, you go to that plus icon and you always see something to add to your work, right? Yeah. So I just want to add this, and so I'll change the color. I change the color to, I don't know, this yellow shell. No. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so let me still reduce it again, then place it properly, push it down and be sure that it's where it should be. Then I'll just send it backward. So when you want to move something on this layer, you see these dots, you hold it, and yes, you are good to go. Okay, so I've sent it backward. Sorry, reduce this guy. Alright, so I'm just trying to adjust this. This is not supposed to take you a longer time, but because I'm trying to show you everything, now this design is okay. So now I can decide to add little shapes, or maybe add some icons to it so that people can actually know the apps that I use. So I'll just go to my gallery. I already downloaded some of these icons, so I'll just quickly select this guy here. Alright, let me just select it, and yeah, I'll place it somewhere here. Okay, let's say somewhere here. Then I'll also go ahead to bring in Lightroom app icon. Then I'll also find a fine position for it, right? Okay, it's okay. Then the final one is Snapseed. This is actually for editing. Snapseed and Lightroom, they are for editing. Okay, so I'll just go ahead to okay, I want this one to stay somewhere here. Let's look as if what's it looking like? I want it to look as if it's actually coming out from the phone. Okay, so I'll just reduce it very well. Alright, so I have something like this now, right? Now the next thing I want to do is I just want to add a little bit of color to the background. Okay, so I can decide to add a shape to it. Let me just change the background colors a little, and yeah, we'll be good to go. Okay, so I have this now, and then let me add color to this. Okay, so I'm going to use a plain, just a plain green, right? I'm going to use a plain green for this particular work. Oh, where should I add it? Alright, so I have this guy here. Now I'll send this to the back, or rather, okay, yeah, let me just send it to the back. Okay, so it goes to back, and then I would have to bring this one out because the color is not they are not the same. It's not giving the vibe, but then you can still decide, not to add any extra colors. Okay, you can just decide to do your thing and leave it to be that simple, or maybe pale, depending on you anyways. So but I think this would be better if it's down here. Okay, good. So the next thing I can want to do is to push this guy, then just find a way to align this stuff so that they will look very good and neatly arranged. Then the background too, I don't want it to be pure white, so I'll go ahead to change the color or reduce it. I don't want it to be pure white. Okay, I'll reduce it small. Okay. So I have something like this. Now I'm also going to push this my contact me is way out. So when you're working, you'll be looking at what you're doing to see if it's okay in the eye. If it's not okay to you, please, then I don't think it will be okay for someone else. Alright. So okay, now another thing I will do is this is my shape. I want to edit it. I want to bring in another shape. So you come to this place, I want to use this particular one. So let me just use this and add the color to it. Okay, so I have this now. I think this is better off. So you can use this, or you can still go ahead to, because I don't want this to be too long. So you can use this, or you go ahead, to add some touch. So I can decide to add flare effect. So I'll go to plus, go to sticker. Something is already here. So once you tap outside, it has appeared. So I'll just add flare effect to this, to reduce the sharpness of the lady's picture, and then make it to blend kind of with the background. Did you see that? All right, so you see that it's looking a little bit different. Okay, so this is just how you can create a very simple social media design. So any other thing you now want, you can now decide to play around with it, add other things to it, and all of that. So with this, we are good to go. And design is all about adding simple icons, simple shapes to form something good. All right, so with this, I believe we are good to go. So you can have this as your work. Now, okay, let me just add another test. um i I gave nothing but the best designs. Get a 50%, okay, a 10% bonus, 10% bonus discount. Okay, discount actually today only. All right, so we have this, right? Now I'm going to reduce it, and I'm going to change this font. I'm going to use the lighter one. Like I said initially, you're working with hierarchy. You know the ones that should be bold, and you know the ones that should be light. Okay, so I'm using the lighter form of this. So this one is not supposed to be so visible, like the main message you want to pass across. Okay, so you know what the main message you want to pass across, and you know what you want to send to people. So let me just push the stuffs up a bit again, and then we have then this one too. So let me just quickly take it up again. So with this is just a concept that I gave. You can decide to try out different things for your own self. Okay, so then for this my image, I think I'll have to make her bigger, and then yes, this is better. Okay, then I'll bring down this guy here. Okay, so remember these buttons, these are like the movements buttons. These are the buttons you use to actually move your work. So we have something that we can actually manage. Yeah, so with a little touch here and there, I can decide to make this circle. So I can decide to make it a circle. So I can decide to add this, then I'll copy it, and add another one there somewhere, and then also copy it. So I'm trying to create something with this one here now. So yeah. Okay, so I think we have, I don't know, I don't like this one. It's so odd. Alright, so I think we have something we can manage and then work with. Alright, so this is the end of this tutorial. I hope you try out the stuffs on your own and actually get something better. Then I'll reduce, let me just quickly reduce it. Let me use the opacity and reduce the flare effect. So I'm making it 87. Okay, so I will just go ahead to lock everything here so they don't move. Okay, good. I have my design ready. I have my design ready. So you can decide also to change the background. Let me find, I don't know, do I have anything I can use as my background right now? Let me check. Let me check if I have anything I can use as background. Download. Okay, let's see. Not here, not here, not here. Okay. Alright, let me use this one. So I have this right. Now I'll just decide I'll make it to fill up. So I have make it to fill up this using this relative size. So I'll send it to the back and then I'll just reduce the opacity a bit. Yeah, make it 85. So I'll make it 85. Alright, so we have this. Now this is the end of this tutorial. I don't want it more than this. Alright, so you can just go ahead and try out something really simple as this, and with this you can create designs for yourself, for your brand. So and then you can also add colors again. You can decide to add extra color maybe to your other text. Right, so this is just how to create a simple design. Okay, let me just quickly add, I create designs, let me add color to it, and that will be that. Perfect. So I have this now. I create attractive designs. So as you're working, you are looking at what you are doing. You want to see what would work and what wouldn't work. So you remove the things that are not necessary. You mustn't have all the shape in your work. So thank you for watching. I hope you try it out, and I'll see you.